Today's question comes from Martin in California. He said, I started the debt-free journey before I got married. My then fiance knew I was on this journey, but never gave me her true thoughts about it. We've been married 4 months now, and I still can't get her on board with paying off debt, with budgeting, and being a teammate on this journey. I signed up for FPU, but she refuses to watch the lessons with me. She also does not accept the unity of marriage. She still continues on about what's hers is hers and what's mine is mine. I feel like I can't win with money as long as I'm with her. Would you recommend marriage counseling, or is there another way to get her on board with our debt-free journey? Oh, man. Martin, you're getting this early on in marriage. Yeah, this is a hard one. I mean, my first question, I would have so many questions for her of asking her not in a, major conflict type way, but ask her, hey, why? Ask her the why. Why does she not want to do this? What about this makes her uncomfortable? What about this does she not like? I mean, going in and asking more of the questions of understanding what really is preventing her from being on the same team. And if you guys get to a point that you cannot get on the same team after you both have had multiple conversations, and again, you're kind of digging into more under the surface, then yeah, I mean, I think bringing in a third party is always smart. You tried FPU, but if she refuses to watch it, she refuses to watch it. But yeah, I mean, marriage counseling, I would start having those red lights are going to start flashing though, Martin, because money fights and money problems, they are one of the leading causes of divorce. And the fact that she is not on the same page with you worries me a lot. And so I would kind of get down and figure out what is she fearful of? Why is she choosing not to do this? And then for the betterment of your marriage, yeah, I definitely would recommend marriage counseling.
You need marriage counseling, for sure. No question about it. You needed pre-marriage counseling, and you should have discovered all of this ahead of time. Any of you out there listening, this is what you want to avoid. The data on marriage, there's lots of data. Everybody talks about 50% of the marriages end in divorce. No, they really don't. That includes people who get married at 16 years old after becoming pregnant in high school. Okay? Well, yeah, you're going to have struggle with that one. Statistically, that's a marriage that's not got a shot. Now, some people make it, thank goodness, but that one's a real tough one, okay? And, listen, if your household income is over $70,000 a year, you have 4-year education, your parents are married, you dated for 6 months or more prior to getting married, you, and less than 5 years, by the way, you have
a religious affiliation.
You are in agreement on your religious affiliation, and you have one. Your percentage chance of divorce is very, very low. It drops down under 10% then. But the problem is you guys obviously did not get into, in this particular case, enough pre-marriage counseling. You didn't know each other. Because she has something that's driving this. I don't know whether it's fear or anger, but she's obstinate. And, man, that is an uncomfortable life you have in your future, living with an obstinate spouse. And so, yeah, you need marriage counseling. But this is the reason, young people, that you date for a little while. You have a very intentional, old-fashioned word, courting process where you are discovering everything about the other person. You're doing pre-marriage counseling prior to getting married because it increases your probability of a successful marriage, and it decreases the pain that young Martin is getting ready to go through.
Yeah, and some of the things that you just listed out are not in your control as a person. You can't control if your parents have stayed married or not. You can't control certain things.
No.
But what you can control, though, is to see the data point of marriage, and there's like the 4 main reasons why people get divorced. And the 4 main causes of fights, and it's money, it's sex, it's in-laws, and raising kids, and that's like the big points of tension. So if those are the 4 big red flags,
it's actually religion, not sex, but yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. So you put 5 in there if you want.
I read multiple lists with different things, and sometimes the money thing is like number 5. It doesn't even make the top 4 on stuff. I mean, like there's a range though of things that have conflict with the marriage. So if those are red flags and all of that, raise them up and just say, hey, all of you dating and engaged, dig into these areas before you get married for sure. But Martin, yeah, I would for sure. You need Because again, this isn't just a money problem. This is the fact that she doesn't want to play on the same team, and that worries me more than just that she won't budget or get out of debt with you. There's something even more. So marriage counseling, for sure. Get a good one and stick with it.
Yeah. I mean, having disagreements is one thing in a young marriage like that. Being obstinate is another, and belligerent. And the verbiage that you're using is indicating that's where she is. So that's pretty scary stuff.